Ever get the feeling that, like, behind those disappearing messages, Snapchat's parent company, Snap Inc., is, like, making some seriously big moves? Well, you're right. They kind of have to. We're diving deep into Snap Inc.'s future today. Their stock's been on a bit of a roller coaster, and there's pressure to rake in more revenue. Luckily, we've got our hands on a memo from CEO Evan Spiegel. Think of it as his game plan for the future, plus piping hot updates from their recent partner summit. Joining me to break it all down is our expert, ready to help us understand not just what Snap's doing, but like why it matters. So to kick things off, let's talk about this memo. It's gotten a lot of buzz for its honesty about the challenges Snap's facing. They're at a pivotal moment, needing to adapt and evolve. What's your take on Spiegel's overall tone in this memo? Is it a pep talk, a cry for help, or a calculated strategy reveal?
It's fascinating, actually. It's a blend of all those things. Spiegel doesn't shy away from the fact that they've fallen short of expectations, particularly when it comes to their advertising revenue.
Which makes sense, right? That's how any company, especially in tech, makes money these days.
Exactly. And he's upfront about the need to shift gears. Instead of chasing those splashy deals with huge brands, they're aiming for something more sustainable.
Intriguing. So less about being the Super Bowl ad platform and more about what?
Think more along the lines of like targeted online campaigns, the kind that pop up when you're scrolling through your favorite app, smaller brands, but potentially a more reliable stream of income.
So they're basically trying to crack the code on a more predictable business model. Makes sense, especially in today's economy. But what about the app itself? Snapchat, are they just going to leave it as is?
That's where Spiegel's vision gets really interesting. He actually compares Snapchat to In-N-Out Burger.
Okay, I did not see that coming. Explain.
Just like In-Out is known for their simple, consistent menu, Spiegel believes Snapchat's strength lies in its core features, the things people love about it. They're all about refining those features, making the user experience even better.
So no radical overhauls or pivoting to become the next TikTok.
Exactly. They're sticking to their lane. And this is where he throws in another twist, artificial intelligence, or AI for short.
AI, the buzzword of the century. But is Snap actually doing anything with it, or is it just talk?
Oh, they're definitely putting in the work. They're already using AI to power their AR lenses, those filters that add fun effects to your face or surroundings.
You know, I have to admit, sometimes I forget just how innovative those lenses are. They were doing augmented reality before it was even a thing.
Absolutely. And they're using AI to improve content moderation, keeping things safer for users, which is a huge deal these days. But here's the kicker. Spiegel hints at even more AI-powered features on the horizon, things we haven't even seen yet.
Okay, now that's what I call intriguing. What could those new features be?
We can only speculate for now, but it's clear that Snap sees AI as a key ingredient in its future success. They're betting big on its potential to enhance the Snapchat experience.
But hold on a second, didn't Spiegel also mention those spectacles, the AR glasses? I thought that project was dead in the water.
Not so fast. Spiegel's still all in on spectacles. It's their long game, a bold, risky move to create a market that barely exists.
That's a pretty big gamble. Are they just hoping for the best, or do they have an actual plan?
That's where their recent partner summit comes in. They dropped some pretty significant updates that shed light on how they're approaching this whole AR glasses vision.
Okay, so they've got this big, ambitious plan, but how do they actually get people excited about using AR glasses in their daily lives?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
And it seems like Snap's strategy hinges on two things: making AR creation incredibly easy and building a thriving community of creators.
So kind of like what they did with Snapchat itself. Make it fun, make it shareable, and watch it take off.
Exactly. At the Partner Summit, they unveiled this tool called Easy Lens, which is all about simplifying AR creation. Imagine this. You can literally describe an AR effect you want, and the AI builds it for you.
Wow, so you don't need any coding skills or fancy software?
Yeah. Nope. You just tell it what you want, maybe a dancing hot dog on your coffee table or virtual sunglasses that change with your mood, and boom, you've got an AR lens ready to share on Snapchat.
That's pretty incredible. It seems like they're really trying to democratize AR, make it accessible to everyone, not just tech wizards.
Absolutely, and they're not stopping there.
Yeah.
They also announced Body Morph, another AI-powered tool, but this time it's all about creating and customizing 3D characters and outfits.
So now you can design your own virtual avatar or try on clothes virtually. It sounds like they're really leaning into that whole metaverse concept.
They are. And according to Snap, they already have 375,000 lens creators on board.
That's a lot of people creating AR experiences. But is it enough to really push those AR glasses into the mainstream?
That's the big question, isn't it? 375,000 is impressive, but it's still a tiny fraction of Snapchat's total user base.
So how does this all play out? Let's say everything goes according to Spiegel's plan. AR glasses become the next big thing, just like smartphones did. What does that world look like for Snap?
In that optimistic scenario, Snap becomes the go-to platform for all things AR. They've got the hardware with Spectacles, the software with Snapchat, and now a growing community of creators building amazing experiences. They become the Apple of AR, essentially.
That's a pretty sweet spot to be in. But what if it doesn't quite pan out that way? What's the less rosy picture?
Well, the flip side is that AR remains a niche interest, something cool but not essential. Their ad revenue stays sluggish, and they struggle to keep up with giants like Meta and TikTok.
And in that scenario, do they become an acquisition target themselves?
It's definitely possible. We've already seen Meta try to acquire them before, and they might be tempted to try again if Snap seems vulnerable.
So it's a high stakes game they're playing, big risks, potentially big rewards. But you know what's striking to me is Spiegel's honesty in that memo. He didn't sugarcoat the challenges.
It's refreshing, isn't it? A CEO who's upfront about the obstacles, who acknowledges that the future isn't certain. It takes guts to be that transparent.
It does, and it leaves us with a lot to ponder. Will Snap pull it off? Will their AR gamble pay off? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, they're not afraid to take risks and push the boundaries of what's possible, and that's what makes this whole story so captivating. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the future of Snap Inc. It's a story with twists, turns, and a whole lot of unknowns. But hopefully, you've walked away with a better understanding of the forces at play and the questions we should all be asking as we venture further into this exciting, uncertain future.